game recovering. Of course, it's Oklahoma State. Bedlam. The last one in the foreseeable future. A couple weeks ago, we couldn't have imagined the stakes of this game. We couldn't have imagined it. This is basically the winner of this game is going to have a clear path to the Big 12 championship, leaving the other one out, presumably. That is crazy. And guess what? Oklahoma coming off a stinger of a loss to Kansas. Probably shouldn't have lost that game. Dylan Gabriel did not look good throwing the ball. Kansas ran all over Oklahoma. You know who also runs all over people? Ollie freaking Gordon from Oklahoma State. We've been tuning his horn the last few weeks. He's unbelievable. Alan Bowman playing good football. Oklahoma's on a 3-game tear. And guess what? In all 3 of those games, they were dogs. Nothing changes. Nothing changes for me. Give me the Cowboys. Give me the +6. And give me them to win straight up at home.
Wow.
Stillwater is going to be obnoxious. The Cowboys are not afraid of Oklahoma. And is Oklahoma's wide receiver? Is he back? He's not back.
Andrew Anthony?
Andrew Anthony. Yeah, he's not back.
Not that I heard of.
What do you know? Give me the Cowboys. Save a horse and let's ride these Cowboys.
I love that, man. Boone Pickens Stadium right now. We talked about magical things happen in certain stadiums in America in college football, and this is one of them. The lowest ticket right now is $311. You best believe they're really going to be popping come Saturday afternoon there. It's 2:30 ABC kickoff. I love the Oklahoma State pick. I love that you're riding with Mike Gundy. And typically, every time I spurn Mike Gundy, it backfires. But I'm going to do it again. Listen, I think that wake-up call against Kansas, that was a huge wake-up call for this team. They scraped their way past UCF. You saw it in the bye week. We were worried about maybe a letdown after the Texas win, and they have not been playing good football. The thing is, this is a good football team. Oklahoma State just scares me. I cannot – yes, what they've been doing, really, really impressive, right? The way they manhandled Kansas State, the way they beat Kansas, right? Handled West Virginia, Cincinnati, obviously demolished. They've been playing great football ever since they inserted Alan Bowman in the starting lineup, ever since they started feeding Ollie Gordon. Much different football team, especially at home versus on the road. The difference is this is a rivalry game. Throw all that stuff out the window. Give me Dylan Gabriel. I think the better quarterback is Oklahoma here. I think he's very upset at himself right now. I think Brent Venables is going to get this team fired up and ready to play like they played in that Texas game. Everyone remembers just a month ago, right? They went into the Cotton Bowl and they got it done. And now, yes, Texas didn't play his best game, but Oklahoma caused a lot of turnovers. And I think Oklahoma does that here with Alan Bowman. I think they get to him. They get the pass rusher. That defense, especially that secondary, makes some plays. But it starts with stopping the run. And like you said, that definitely worries me, right? With the way Ollie Gordon's running football right now.
Last 3 weeks. Texas, the game that they won, right? Jonathan Brooks runs for 129 yards. The week after, R.J. Harvey runs for 101 yards. The week after, Devin Neal runs for 112 yards. Just saying.
Here's what I'll say about
this defensive line is what we think it is. I think it's
no,
a little iffy.
Definitely not.
It's a little
definitely iffy. Not. But I will say this in terms of the whole defense, it's 11. It takes 11 guys, especially to bring down Ollie Gordon. It takes 11 guys to do their job every play. And the difference here is with Kansas, with UCF, and with Texas, I believe those offenses are much more dynamic in nature than this Oklahoma State offense. Oklahoma State's offense, yes, Alan Bowman's been playing great football, whatever. I do trust, it's a Brendan Presley. He's been playing good football, really good football. But I do think there's a different gear, right? Sark and Texas has dynamic receivers, right? So they couldn't load the box. I think they're going to load the box. I think they're going to say this is put up or shut up time for this team and this culture, and they're going to get it done. Because think about UCF, right? Gus Malzahn, obviously a
Let
nightmare.
It fly, Alan Bowman.
Nightmare. We'll see it. And if he does it, hats off to him. I hope he does. To be honest, for the chaos of college football, for Mike Gundy supporters everywhere, which I know you are, and I am as well, just not in this game. I think it's going to be Brent Venables But regardless,
Yeah.
like you said, this is huge implications here.
Let me map out
Huge
exactly
implications.
how Oklahoma wins this game and exactly how Oklahoma State wins this game. Oklahoma, how do you win this game? You get up early.
Yep. Which you
Get
did
up
in
early.
Texas. You started fast.
You started fast. Get up
Not
early.
against Kansas. You did not start fast against Kansas. Did not start fast against UCF.
Do not waste time putting up points. Go for on fourth down early, right? Get after them. Get that 2-touchdown lead early. Force Oklahoma State to switch their game plan. Make them throw the ball down, right? And in the fourth quarter, when has Ollie Gordon done his most damage the last couple of weeks, by the way? It's been in the fourth quarter, right?
He wears defenses down.
In closer ball. Yes, exactly. So if you're in a close ball game in the fourth quarter, you
or
can
trailing,
catch me live.
or God forbid, trailing.
You can catch me live betting Oklahoma State, right? Even if it's like a 1-touchdown game, I think Oklahoma State will still run the ball. I think they understand their identity. They understand how they win football games. It took them a couple weeks to figure that out. But gosh, and here's the thing. If Oklahoma State does win this, dark horse, Oklahoma State, 40-1 that we took at the beginning of the season.
That you took.
If you're watching our Big 12 previews, all I'm saying is it looks pretty smelly. So this is gonna be awesome. This is going to be on. You have multiple TVs, right? Like, what's your one game, your A game, your B game, your C game? This is my A game.
Yeah,
this is my A game
at
a pretty loaded 2:30 slate, by the way.
No, for sure. And I will say this too. For me, I think that the matchup to watch here, and not in terms of like the entertaining matchup, because I think the entertaining matchup is going to be Ollie Gordon against that front seven. Danny Stutzman, obviously, very popular college football player. I think it's that secondary against Oklahoma. I think that they believe that is a real strength of their football team. We talked about it for multiple weeks. Woody Washington, Peyton Bowen, right? All those guys back there. I think they're going to be able to line up and just play man on man and just shut down those Oklahoma State wide receivers. I get it. Prez is a good player. I get it. Jaden Prez, good player. But I think they can run 8 in the box, 7 in the box sometimes and get after Ollie Gordon. And then when it's 3rd and 10, then you can, do your fun Brent Venables style blitzes and defenses on 3rd and long. That's where he gets you. I think for Oklahoma, you would love to put your offense in short fields. No, what was interesting, what I loved was Oklahoma, even in a loss last week, their running backs ran the ball well. It was Dylan Gabriel in the passing game. Now, you mentioned that at the beginning, Andre Anderson being out is huge. They need Nick Anderson. They need Drake Stoops to step up. Are those guys good enough to get it done in Bedlam? Ugh. I don't know. I really don't know. But I do think Dylan Gabriel. Here's the question for you. And now this is crazy. I know a lot of more people are talking about this with Texas in terms of, is Arch Manning going to play in terms of true freshman quarterbacks? What happens if Dylan Gabriel stinks in the first half? Do you pull him for Jackson Arnold? Let's say you're down 10
if you genuinely think Jackson Arnold gives you a chance to win the game, then you do. But otherwise, I think, look, they've ridden Dylan Gabriel the whole way. They rode him against Texas, obviously, which they got a hot start off too, right? Of course, he played awesome.
What and you had Andrew Anthony, like that's
yeah. Now if he gets hurt, I don't think actually, if he gets hurt, I'd be pretty nervous as an Oklahoma State side taker on this show. I'd be pretty nervous.
They're not game planning for Jackson Arnold as much as they would be for Dylan Gabriel. Obviously, that staff, ever since Jackson Arnold stepped on field for Oklahoma or stepped on campus, they've obviously done their scouting report, whatever. Like they're not going to be, oh my gosh, who is Jackson Arnold? Like they know who he is. Obviously, everybody does in college football, but I don't know. I think I agree with you here. I think it's not a Dylan Gabriel fault. I think it's just the offense, the state of the offense right now, and how they're going. But as an Oklahoma picker, I don't believe that's going to be the case. I think they're going to get it done. 6 is a lot to cover in a rivalry game. I get it on the road, but I think a touchdown here will do it, and that's what I'm going to see.